What's going on, guys? I'm SimpleSimon. I'm your comic book noob. Welcome to the Noob Rebirth. I'm here, as always, at Big City Comics with my best comic book friend in the world, Mark from Big City Comics.
What? Your best comic book fan?
Best comic book friend in the world.
Oh, friend. Oh.
One of my first comic book friends, you could say.
I'm your only one. Am I your only one?
I've got plenty of comic book friends now, mate.
I'm the only one who has a store though.
That's true.
That's the real reason why he keeps coming back.
Well, not really. When I first met this guy, I started coming to Big City Comics at the old location. I just wanted to come to a shop and, look at books. I didn't want people to talk to me because I didn't know anything about comics. And he kept talking to me. I was like, leave me alone, dude. He's like, you should get a standing order. I was like, fuck off. Anyway.
Oh man, you're gonna get bleeped for that one. Let me ask you, how did you go with your first selling fair?
Well, that's what we're going to talk about today.
Oh, what a guess.
Let's do this. Thank you, Barista Mark.
Hashtag Barista Mark, comic book guy.
All right, so
Hashtag hi Mark.
As some of you guys might know, I recently tried selling comic books at a comic fair for the first time.
It's competition. See what my friend is doing? He's competing with the hard bricks and mortar store.
It literally was just around the corner from here too.
Still competing there, exactly. Oh, what a shocker.
I'm sorry. You were there.
I was.
Did you buy anything?
Nah. I just came in and as the saying goes, schmoozing.
And show some support.
Giving out hellos and kissing babies and giving out lollipops. And, as the saying goes, like a politician. But better than a politician because I speak truth.
The day started off very slow for me. Actually, that started good. Like before the doors even opened, obviously all the sellers get first dibs. They look around and talk to the other sellers and they go through their stuff first, right? So I'd never experienced that. I'd always heard about it. And I was like, oh, this is cool. But I didn't really want to spend money at the time because I was like, if I spend money and then don't make any, then that's not a good thing. So I held off. I didn't buy anything before we started, but a couple of people came in and bought a couple of things. I'm talking so before the doors opened, I was on $17.
It's better than nothing.
It is.
Better than a kick in the pants.
I spoke to one of the guys, Charlie from Bulldog Comics. I interviewed him in the video and I was like, I've made $17 already. He goes, you've made $17 more than me. But he has good books, so he only has to sell one book to
He has good books.
Triple that. The main thing that was important to me was just to make $50 to get my table back. Because again, I didn't want to leave on a loss. And I really just wanted to do it for the experience of it. It wasn't like I'm planning to do this all the time.
You did it for the right reasons. I always say that, don't I always say that?
You always say that. Do you always say that?
Yeah, when you do something for the right reasons, everything will work out. When you do something for the wrong reasons, it gets corrupted.
It's only like a 4.5 hour event. So for the first 2 hours, I was just sitting there slowly creeping towards the 50 and I was panicking. I was like, am I actually going to get there? Because there were lulls and my comic books really sat there and did nothing. It was mostly the pop vinyls that I sold. A lot of kids obviously were there with their parents. They would kind of look, you could tell them looking at the table and pointing them out. Yeah, and then they'd leave and then they'd come back and look again. And then they'd leave.
Yeah, you see your comic books, what I noticed were the modern, very modern, and yet there was a lot of comic book vendors selling a lot of the vintage stuff.
Exactly, but in some ways that would make me unique, wouldn't it? Because I have more modern stuff.
I'm not going to go into the modern stuff.
Like when you did the Days of Future Pop Culture that time, you were kind of unique in the sense that you were the only there wasn't a lot of comic book sellers there, but you were the only one with trades. And you like that, right? That's what you're talking about. I'm the only one with modern. I had exclusives in there, I had a couple of keys.
No, the pack and all that, the packs were good. You probably work with a larger audience, but that kind of, the audience that were there, and you would agree with me, the audience that were coming through were, the vintage was more suited for them. 80% of the people that were there have come into my store, or are standing order customers.
In fact, I think it was Sean.
Sean.
I think Sean said to me that your stuff here would do better at a big con.
Correct.
But you're going to make a loss at a big con.
Correct. The families that came in with the kids, they're mostly looking for vintage as well. So it was more catered to the vintage. I saw. It was good. It was my first one. I've never been to the Yarraville Fair, and I took that opportunity to go, and I did enjoy myself. It was good to see everyone in one spot, all my customers.
You were like a celebrity rocking up, mate.
I was. I felt like a celebrity. Absolutely. I felt really, wanted and special.
I don't make you feel special?
Oh, you do. Yeah, you do make me feel special. Absolutely.
I remember the first Yarraville Comic Fair I went to. I did a video on it, and I'd never been to a comic fair before, like a small scale one.
Yeah, you went to, what about Sean's?
No, but that was more pop culture. There was only like
fair enough.
maybe 3-4 comic vendors, and that was more the pop culture event.
Fair enough.
A comic and toy fair really focuses on toys and comics, and the first Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair really focused on comics. And I've never been to a place. I was seeing books that I've never seen in shops, just in boxes. I'm going through, I'm like, holy crap, $20 for this. I couldn't believe it. I was blown away by the very first event. So it's always got that attachment for me.
Yeah, it's when I was I don't know, going around to comic book fairs when I was younger. You know, when there was no internet and there was no eBay. Or
TV was black and white.
No, not that old, mate. But we'd go to a Box Hill.
Do they still have that? I heard they still have that.
Yeah, they do.
But that's like the comic and record fair, is it?
Yeah. So they used to have it at the Camberwell. Used to be called the Camberwell, at the Camberwell Town Hall. And it was I remember going there with Matthew from Comics R Us, and I used to he was there as well at Yarraville, and I used to sit behind the counter with him, give him a hand. I used to walk around, and I used to buy records as well because it was awesome, man. At the time, I was just collecting comics, and I was a DJ at that time, and so I used to buy the records for the DJing and stuff. But I also used to buy like a lot of old vinyl, like 80s rock and stuff. But those fairs were really, really good because they mixed two subcultures together.
Back to my selling. So I got towards the end of the day, and I was a little bit up. I think I'd made about $50. That is not the book of the week. By 1 o'clock, it died down pretty hard. People were getting ready to go, and I was sitting there like, oh, well, I made $50, whatever, you know. And then right towards the end of the day, there was this lady, and I've seen her at the previous one. She came and went through my stuff, because a lot of people went to my boxes and just went, right? I thought I had an advantage only having 2 short boxes, because when I go to an event and you've got 20 short boxes in front of me, I don't know where to start, so I just pick 1 or 2 to go through, and if I happen to find something, I happen to find something. I don't have the time to go through every single one of your boxes. So I figured if I only had 2 short boxes, people would actually spend the time just to see what I got in there. Anyway, so this lady comes in, she goes through, she's looking at some of the packs, and then she picks one up. I had a pack of Robins, 6 issues, $40, good deal. So she put that aside, I was like, yes, I'm selling a pack. And then she went through some of the single issues and picked a few of them. She ended up giving me, it was $65, I just asked her for 60. Deal guy. So
that's what you do at a comic book fair,
that was like, yeah, and of course, because I learned that
cash as well.
I learned that from going to these things, and obviously knowing and becoming friends with some of the guys who obviously are sellers now. Obviously they often will just, they'll look after you. So obviously I wanted to do that. There's a few people that I wanted to, that I discounted for. At the end of the day, I was like, what, 157 I think it worked out to be in the video. So I made $100. It was a good experience overall. And now it's opened my eyes to maybe I could do like markets and things like that from sometimes. I think it would have been a lot more fun if Sarah was there, because I did spend the whole day sitting at the table. And it was cool that I had people that I knew come up, like Sean kept checking in on me, Brendan kept checking in on me, and that was cool.
And Neville as well.
Yeah, Neville was right behind me, but everyone knows Neville. Neville's like...
Grail Hunters.
Yeah, super celebrity down here in that scene.
Super celebrity, mate.
Billy was down the other end, so I didn't really get to chat to him until the end of the day. Yeah, it was a good experience, and it's not something that I would do regularly. But if I had the chance to do it, I probably would stick to doing it at Yarraville.
Maybe we could do it together one year.
Ooh. Simple City Comics.
In a non-sexual way.
Oh. So there were 2 rooms. And originally Billy said to me he's got a $20 table and a $50 table. I'm like, give me that $20 table, baby. In the end, I couldn't get it because he had too many people in that room. So I ended up getting the $50 table, which was fine. I was happy to pay $50. I probably wouldn't want to pay any more than $50 for a table. I wonder if I would have done as well in the $20 room because it was a separate room and it was more creators in there. I wonder what it would have been like. I wonder if I would have made the same sales being in the other room. I feel like I was in the busier room. So
most definitely.
It's one of those things, I'll never know.
No, I think you did well. I think you did well. Your setup was well. I think everyone knew you. You had your cards out there for your YouTube channel. Everyone knew who he was.
Definitely a lot of people come up and say that they were.
How did that make you feel? Did it make you feel special?
Well, I'm getting used to it now, But no, it's cool because these were people that I don't normally see. Like at conventions, I guess I've been used to it because I know my convention videos do well. But this was like the comic book community people coming up and saying,
hey. Locals as well.
Yeah, it was cool. Anyway. And there were just a lot of people that I didn't know. Like there was a guy who came up and he was like, hey, I watched your video on the Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair, which was like the previous week. And he's like, and that's the reason how I heard about this. And then I checked out some of your videos and that's why I came, because I wasn't sure. So that was super cool. I think it was a great learning experience for me overall. And yeah, like Sean said to me that...
It makes me proud seeing you grow.
Well, I think I'm ready now to open up my own shop. I think they've got a property just next door that I might rent out. It's going to be called Bigger City Comics. But it's definitely opened my eyes to what people kind of want as far as like that scene. Like I said, I was shocked how few people cared about what I had in my comic box.
People are always looking for bargains. That's one thing when at fairs, at comic book fairs, and also a lot of the comic book fair people that go to comic book fairs, there's obviously two kinds. There's the ones that look for the bargain and look for key issues as an investment, and there's the ones that are filling their, their holes in their collection. And when you're selling packs, like in what you were doing, that they don't want to buy a pack. They might just want one issue, which you probably didn't have. But on a larger scale fair, you get more people, more percentage, so you just got to understand that you can't, not everyone is going to cater to what you...
Yeah, they weren't my demographic.
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of people in the store saying to me, do you have any vintage? I don't do vintage a lot, or do you sell toys? No, I have a couple of statues, but no, that's not my specialty. And I don't want it to be my specialty or part of what I sell. So, it's okay. I have people that I push them towards, other stores that I push him towards, and I'm happy to do that.
And Mark does do that. He actually recommends other stores and say, you probably want to try this store for that and this store for that. If you do this, try this store. So
absolutely, like
share the love.
That's right. You share the love, and we're all in this together. That's how I look at it. Help and help alike.
That's all we have for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Make sure you give this video a like. Leave a comment, let us know your experience of selling. If you haven't seen the video from the Yarraville Comic Fair, I'll leave a link in the description below. Anything else to add, Barista Mark?
Stop calling me Barista Mark!
Do you want to come say bye, Mark?
Bye, Mark!
No, they want to see your pretty face.
Oh, and now I'm pretty. Oh, all of a sudden I'm pretty. Bye, Mark!
Keep it simple.
I've said that before. Go back to all the videos that he's watched, that I've done.
Watch every single one of them.
Every single one of them. Make sure you like them all. Don't be disheartened. Not that people didn't give a shit. It's just that not everyone didn't give a shit. Obviously, it's just that those people who looked in your box and didn't like it. I mean, I feel like I'm talking about sex here. Looking in your box holes. Jesus.
That's going in the bloopers.